I like to give a time frame because, you know, cards can be really direct and they can be really specific. And a lot of people don't use them that way. And I like to use my cards that way. So I like to ask my clients, what kind of time frame are we talking about? So let's call it the next 3 months. That way you get more specific. Okay, let's see what we got here. When I channel for a person who isn't here, I just open up and just sort of like clear and just let it come through. So people ask, how can you channel for somebody who isn't here? We do it all the time. Readers are doing it all the time. Okay, what do we got? Wow. If this is yours, Guy,
sweet.
You're looking good over here. Okay. I want this reading. Well, it gets a little tough there towards the 3rd month here. Let's see what we got here. Now, this representing the person. So this is like the person who asked the question. So we're going to say, this is you, the people watching. This card is a person full of dreams, desires. They have a lot of focus. They've been thinking about a specific thing because it's like a wish card. I got this wish, I got this vision or this desire. And this is the situation. So kind of like we could say, this is you in your next 3 months. What's the biggest situation around you? I think there's the beginning of, with the Page of Swords, it's the very beginning of manifesting this wish. So you have a specific wish, you have something you really are focused on with this card, and so it's like you're going into the next 3 months with this desire and this intention, but you're at the very beginning of that. It's almost like you just realized what your desire is, because sometimes we don't know what we want, and this feels like you just had a glimpse of, because pages are like the very beginning of something, and in this case it's a sword page, so it's the very beginning of an idea or a thought. And I feel like whatever it is you're thinking about or desiring and visualizing and you're wanting to call to you, you just figured out what it was. It's like sometimes we don't know what it is we want, right? And in the past, so this card represents the past of your situation, it feels like things went on that brought you to a really big crossroads. So you really had to come to, what is it that I want? It's like in the past, something brought you to a situation that was quite dramatic, because this is there's a bit of drama to the Judgment card. When I see the Judgment card, it feels like a crossroads opened up, and you had to really maybe make a decision about, what is it that I want? What do I visualize? What am I looking for? And then it came to you. So it's a recent glimpse of what it is I want. And the thing was very different than you thought, because this is what's between you and what you want. So this card here with the 7 of Wands, to me it's like the thing you want might be very different, and you might have to explain it to others and even defend it. This guy's defending his idea, and his idea is very unique, and he's maybe getting a little defensive about it. So I have a feeling the thing you visualize or that you want, you may need to actually defend to others. So when you realize what it is, or how, because you've just realized, I hope we're going to edit this. Say, oh no!
No edits.
Oh no! Because you just realized, I know what I want now. It may be different than you thought it would be, and it may be really unique or outside the box or not your usual thing at all. Okay, and that could get worrisome going forward. I feel like with this card going forward, the outcome is it could cause a lot of stress, because you're going to move in a direction that could be really unique. To me, that 7 of Wands is a really unique card. So the direction or the glimpse or the idea you have, okay, I want this thing, and here's where I'm headed to, is very different than you thought it would be, which could cause a little bit of stress. Okay, now these two are your advice. Okay, these are your advice cards here. And we have the Moon, which is a very, very mysterious kind of card. And there's a lot of fears come up when you see the Moon. But because it's in an advice position, okay, so the Moon might be saying face your fears, because now it's giving us advice. So it's not saying you have fears, because that would be sitting somewhere else in the reading. It's actually saying face your fears, even though it's going to be hard. So I feel like there's this thing you've just realized is your vision, desire, a glimpse of your future. You want to be a writer, you want to do something in the media, something like that. And this feels like your cards, Guy. Yeah, because this is, and you're at the very beginning of that. And you have an idea what it is. It's very different than what you thought your life would be looking at this time. Okay, and it could cause a lot of stress, but the thing I like about this card, it looks really scary, but what's good about that card is most of the stress going on in that person's mind, and take into consideration, these are all swords. So there's all these thoughts going on, and not one of these thoughts are actually based in truth. That's what's interesting about that card. So the card is usually talking about stress or worries and fears that have nothing to do with actually what's going to happen. So the good news here is a lot of your fears, before you allow yourself to manifest this desire, you're going to bump into all your fears. And I feel like this is saying, even though it'll be hard, you got to face those fears and just go do this thing. So it feels like you're at the cusp of this really big, manifesting a really big desire, or moving in a direction you didn't think you'd be going in. And it came to you almost like a revelation. And I feel like it'll be a little scary going forward, and it'll cause you some stress, because you'll probably, all your fears will come up, like, can I do this? Will I be able to accomplish this? And I'm going to say, if you can face your fears and recognize they are just that, they're your fears, I think, yeah, you can. Because the wish card always tells me you could have this, but you're going to have to really, well, in this case, face those fears.